Now to just okay, now let's start recording. Um, Hang on. It's a lot of tabs open. Okay, let me screw it, it's fine. All right. I'll go ahead and start the recording. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Channel 15 and welcome to my one of my rant streams. Um I know I did one yesterday, but Sony dropped like some crazy news recently. So and it was literally the day after I did the rant stream, like this morning or something like that. So I didn't get a chance to cover that in yesterday's rant stream, but I'll cover it now. I know it's late, sorry, this was something I decided kind of last minute, but yeah, we'll just cover it now. Hey, Elijah Gaming, Kyra Official Music, Tan Man, Chris, the Yoshiat Major, KFC Africa. I know that a few more people will show up, but hi guys. So we have um quite a bit to talk about today. Um Hang on a moment. Let me rearrange the slides on this presentation. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll put it back. Hold on. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started talking about the news. Now, I'll start with like there are three news pieces I want to cover. But I'll start with like the least harmful one. Well, least harmful to me, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and get down to it. Okay, so the PS Store for the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita will close soon. So yeah, earlier today, it was announced that the PS3 and PS Vita store um, was going to shut down starting like later this year to the middle of next year, depending on the region. Here, I have the article up. The article, sorry. Let me see if I can. Yeah, okay, so I'll just read through it. Let's see. After nearly 2 decades of supporting the PS3 console generation, we wanted to let you know that we will be closing the PlayStation Store on the PS3 as well as on the PS Vita. The PlayStation Store on the PS3 will close in select markets starting this year, followed by global closures for PS3 and PS Vita next year. That means new content purchases will no longer be possible once the PlayStation Store closes on these devices. To ease the transition, players will still be able to download previously purchased content after the closing date for the foreseeable future. As the PlayStation Store continues to evolve to support modern commerce systems, including updated payment processing standards, the PS3 and PS Vita are no longer able to support these updates at the level required. As a result, we will need to close the PlayStation Store on these devices in timeframes as follows. Okay, so in Mexico, Honduras, and Nicaragua, sorry, uh, the PlayStation Store will close starting on the PlayStation 3. It will close starting August 2026. And in additional Latin American and Middle Eastern countries, the PlayStation Store on the PS3 will close starting late 2026. And in all other countries, the PlayStation Store on the PS3 and PS Vita will close in July 2027. We know this news may be disappointing to PS3 and PS Vita players who hold a special place in their hearts for this generation of gaming. PS3 and PS Vita represent an important era in our PlayStation history, so this was not an easy decision for us to make. As we continue to expand the PlayStation experience on newer devices that most of our users are playing on today, we need to focus more resources on delivering the best gaming experiences on these platforms as we look ahead towards the future. To our amazing players, we want to give our heartfelt thanks for your ongoing passion and support, which has helped inspire us to shape PlayStation into what it is today. We are excited for the future ahead as we continue to push the boundaries of play. We look forward to having you on this journey with us as we explore new game worlds and new adventures that have yet to come. So, in short, the PlayStation Store will have fully closed by July 2027. But in certain regions, it will close earlier than that. So if you're living in North America, like you have until July of next week to get any content you want before the store will refuse to let you buy anymore. Because remember, back then the store lets you stop buying like games directly from it. Like, I mean, you can still buy games now, but like you can't add funds to your wallet or just buy the games outright on the PS3 and PS Vita. No, you have to add funds to your wallet on your PS account for your PS4 and PS5, and then go back to your PS3 and PS Vita, and then use the funds from that account, from that wallet, whatever, to buy the games that you want. Which I did recently with Street Fighter X Tekken, if you guys remember me talking about that. And I bought a bunch of other Tekken games on the PS3, but anyway, yeah, the PS3 and PS Vita are going away soon, and it's sad. It really is sad, but like Jesse said in the chat, hi Jesse, by the way, and you too, Nathan Kelly and the Dance Panda Revival. Like, it was bound to happen. Like, it is what it is. Why is this so... Okay, there we go. Like, nothing lasts forever. I knew this was going to happen at one point. I mean, it's like, if it happened to Xbox 360, it was going to happen to the PlayStation Store for the PS3 and PS Vita. It is what it is. Yeah, and it's been 20 years technically, ever since um yeah, about 20 years. It's been pretty much 20 years ever since the PS Store first opened up for the PS3. So, as well as the PS Vita, so it's I'm not surprised that Sony is like, yeah, this is getting pretty old. We need to shut it down. Like, that's totally fair. I understand that. I mean, again, the same thing happened with the Xbox 360 Marketplace. You know, like that lasted for like about 25 years. No, not 25, 20 years. Because remember, the 360 was released in 2005. So, and like the store shut down in 2025. So, yeah, 20 years. So it was only natural that Sony would follow suit. I mean, I am sad though. It is sad, but like nothing lasts forever. Like I used to say on my streams, my earliest streams, all good things must come to an end. I'm just surprised that the PS3 and PS Vita store are still up though. Like I'm surprised it's still up. I mean, like it's crazy because I think Sony did want to like shut it down earlier, but like a few years earlier, if I recall correctly, but people were like, "No, please don't." And Sony was like, "Okay, we'll just keep it up for now." So, yeah, the PS Vita came out a few years after the PS3, that's right. But the PS3 store, I believe it was started 20 years ago. Hey, TM Fuentes, what's up? Yeah, I already covered the GTA 6 uh, controversy last stream where, for some stupid reason, Rockstar decided to not release physical copies for the game. I mean, they'll release physical editions, but they only have codes in these boxes. So at this point, all you're paying for is the code and the case art. That's it, the cover art. It's very stupid. But then again, it's Rockstar. They have been known. They're known to be quite stupid. For a while, they've been known to be quite stupid. So I'm not surprised. I'm furious. Okay, well, furious is a strong word. I'm not happy, but I'm not surprised either because Rockstar is stupid. Anyway, hey Maple, what's up? But yeah, I just covered the news that the PS3 store and PS Vita store, the store for both digital consoles. I said digital consoles. Well, they are kind of digital, but the point is that like they're. Well, I think the PS Vita is completely digital, isn't it? I don't even remember. It's been a while since I last used that console, and I gave it away to my cousin, so I don't know. No, actually, no, it's not. It does. It takes cartridges. I remember now. Or whatever. I don't care. So, but yeah, the store for the PS3 and PS Vita, it'll be shutting down next year. Have I ever played Dance Central on stream? Yeah, but that was like many years ago. Like I think over a decade ago, actually. It was one of my earliest live streams. But I'm not thinking about doing it anytime soon. I'm kind of done with dancing streams in general, so I've retired from Just Dance, so don't expect anything from Dance Central. I might upload videos. I mean, don't expect anything for Dance Central, but I might upload videos. But that's it. Same with Just Dance. I might upload videos for that, but I'm not live streaming either series anymore. Yeah, we all knew that the store for the PS3 and PS Vita was going to shut down at some point, but like it still hurts to hear this news, you know? The Switch online servers are still up. Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't be. The Switch is still fairly, I wouldn't say new, but it's not exactly old either. Because the Switch has technically been around since 2017 or 2016. I don't know, but it's been around for a while. Probably even earlier than that. I don't remember exactly when it came out, but it's been around for a while, quite a while, like a decade, almost a decade. I don't remember, but it's been around. Yeah, that's the thing. There are some people who still don't have a PS4 or a PS5, so this is kind of going to screw them over, kind of, I would say, because they still have time to like get a PS4 and PS5 and to get all the games they need before the store shuts down. But yeah, this is still going to screw those people over. I'm more referring to news that Sony is no longer committing to physical media for PlayStation. Oh, that. Okay, yeah, I haven't talked about that yet. That was what I was going to talk about next. The Wii U shut down its service in 2023 and it came out in 2012, so it makes sense for them to leave the online stores and servers up for a while. Yeah, unfortunately I missed out on that, but because I got a Wii U like a year later, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. I mean, I think I have pretty much, as for me, I think I have pretty much every PS3 game and PS Vita game that I could ever want, but that might change later. Again, I still have like pretty much a year, like exactly a year to like um get all the games I want. But but it is what it is. I'm not too sad about this news because I haven't been buying very many games for the PS3 anyway. And there are still plenty of physical. I still rather get physical copies anyway, so it's usually I just get those anyway, and I can get those from Amazon or eBay or whatever. So this is sad, but it's not that sad, and I still have time to get all the other games I could possibly want. So it is what it is. But let's go ahead and go to the next one. Sony will stop making physical copies of games starting January 2028. So yeah, this drops today, and this news. I mean, so I'm just gonna read the article and then I'll give you guys my thoughts. You already know what my thoughts are gonna be, but let's just get into it. So I'll just read the title first. Uh, physical disc production ending in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. Let me go back to the. Okay, here we go. So, again, this is from the PlayStation blog. So, uh, in response to shifting trends and consumer preference, new games will be released on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. Okay, so as consumer preferences in the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital, physical game disc production for all new games released on PlayStation consoles will be discontinued starting January 2028. Following this date, new games will be available on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in disc formats. This is a natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends as a general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. This transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. We will continue to prioritize our resources to drive innovation in how players can access games and provide choices as to where players prefer to purchase new games, whether that's at retailers or PlayStation Store. We remain committed to delivering a world-class gaming experience to our fans, and we thank you for your continued support. Shut the fuck up. You do not mean that at all. Shut up, Sony. Just shut up. I get that. Like, the thing is that they're not entirely wrong. More people buy digital games than physical games, but that doesn't mean you should switch over to digital because quite a number of people still buy physical games and prefer physical games, like me. Yeah, a lot of my games are digital, but here's the thing. I buy digital games only because one, there's a huge discount, like only a few reasons. This is the first reason. The second reason is that I can game share my PlayStation games with my cousin who also has a PS5. That's another reason. So those are the only two reasons. Huge discounts and game sharing. And there's also the thing with backwards compatibility, so that's because some games from earlier like from earlier generations like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 games are ported over to PS4 and PS5. So that's another reason. Those are the only three reasons I would ever buy a digital game. Those are the only three reasons. I never buy digital games just for the sake of having them because I like to own my games. I like to have physical copies that cannot be taken away. Because here's the thing. Sony actually does have the legal rights. They shouldn't, but they do. They have the legal right to revoke any of the digital games that you bought. They can do that. And there's really nothing you can do about it. And it sucks. It really does. That's why I like to have physical games. Games that I can keep and that Sony can't just take away. And I don't need the internet for them either. I like having physical games for that reason. And of course I can resell them if I need to. I've never resold any of my games really, but like it's nice to have that option though. Like, why else do you think certain online retailers are refusing to sell GTA 6 in their stores? Because there aren't going to be physical copies for it. They don't want to just sell boxes with digital codes in them because you can't resell that unless you've never used it. It's like that's it. You use it once and it's no good anymore. But with physical media, you don't have that problem. Like, do you see why people like to own their games? Why they like to have physical media? And Sony is like, whatever. I just don't get it, Sony. Like, why would you do this? And the timing is so bad right now because I'm sure Sony knows about the whole GTA 6 fiasco. I'm sure they know about it. At least some of their employees. So why would you drop this news right after that? Like, it's like, damn, it's like a domino effect of just stupid decisions made by video gaming companies. They just really don't want you to own games anymore. They just don't. And it's so infuriating. It's just sad. It really is. Yeah, even if you pay a full price game, they can take them away. And it's not even just games, they're also doing this to movies too, but I will talk about that in a moment. I think Sony was the one that convinced Rockstar to dump the discs. It wouldn't surprise me if that if If that had been the case, it really wouldn't surprise me. Sony shitney. Yeah, pretty much. Let's be real, we all prefer only physical games. Yeah. Like I've always felt this way. I've always preferred physical games to digital games. Always. I always prioritize physical games. Like I like to have games that I can keep forever. Even if they eventually rot. Like, disc rot is a thing. And this can, be can have wear and tear. They can get wear and tear over the years. I still like to have those games. I like to have my games physical. I prefer physical games because, like, I've always known this that, like, see, if you get all your games digitally and your account gets hacked or it just somehow gets deleted or whatever, or like Sony for whatever reason takes away your games, there's nothing you can do about it. But with physical games, you don't have that issue. Maybe Sony's PS6 will become the next Sega Dreamcast. Oh, I hope not. I hope not. You don't want to be a Sega Dreamcast. You don't. I mean, I have one. I love it. But you don't want to be a Sega Dreamcast. You want to be an Xbox 360 that stands the test of time, but you don't want to be a Sega Dreamcast that doesn't last for more than 2 years. Well, three, technically three. I think it was 3 years actually. Well, whatever. Bad timing doesn't even begin to describe it. I know. I know. I just wonder what the hell is going to happen in GameStop now. Like, what's even the point of going to GameStop now that there's not going to be any physical games anymore? Yeah, again, that's why certain retailers are just pushing back against GTA 6. Like, we're not selling that shit. We're not. If you go from physical to digital, what's going to happen to game stores? Both the one like ones that sell old games and new games. What's going to happen to them? Like, sure, they'll still be able to sell the old games, but all the new games that will be coming out physically, like, what's going to happen? No, it was two. The Dreamcast lasted from 1999 to 2001. Okay, I thought it was like released in 1998 for some reason. Blu-rays resist scratching 6 times more than regular DVDs. Oh, that I didn't know. I guess it makes sense because they're technically thicker than DVDs because they have more data. I think that's the reason why. I could be wrong. I don't know how this production works, but it wouldn't surprise me if Blu-rays were tougher than DVDs. I honestly think that after next year, I might just be done with modern gaming. Honestly, I'm already almost done with it. I don't play games as nearly as often as I used to. I'm just kind of over them at this point. I'm just over them. Like I just don't feel at this point. I just collect games. Like I buy them. I make sure they work, and then that's it. Like I've been done with gaming for quite a while now. That's why I haven't been streaming very much. It's not because I don't have time. It's because I just kind of don't care anymore. And this just makes me care even less. Like when I saw this news, I was like, when I heard about this news, I was like, yeah, I think I'm kind of done with gaming, even more than I already am. Oh, okay. So the Dreamcast was released in 1998 for Japan. Okay, okay, that makes sense. But in 1999, North America, it was released in 1999. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've heard that the PS6 is going to cost like $1,000, and it's going to be an all digital console. Obviously, I don't see why it wouldn't be. So, I mean, it's very likely. Nothing's been completely confirmed, but I've heard that the PS6 is going to be like $1,000. I mean, I'm not going to buy it. If I'm not going to buy an 800, 900, I don't remember what the price was, but if I'm not gonna buy like a $900 PS5 Pro, I'm not gonna buy a $1,000 PS6. At this point, you're just paying for the brand, and I'm not about to do that shit. Let me look up the PS5 Pro though. How much does it really cost? Yes, $900. I'm not dealing with that, Sony. I'm not. Fuck off. And again, it doesn't have a disk drive. Like how? Like why would you make a? If you're gonna make a console that expensive, at least have a disk drive for it, among a few other things. I can't. Yeah, that's what I've been doing, Maple. I collect physical copies of older games, like the Mario Party games I told you guys about, 4, 5, and 6. I have those for the GameCube now, as well as Luigi's Mansion and Metroid Prime, and so on and so forth. So, so once January 2028 hits, I'm probably not going to be touching any newer games. I'm just going to go back to my older games. That's actually what I've been doing, really. Just playing older games. I'm just not playing the newer games as much as I used to. And I haven't even been buying digital games that much lately. Like, like I just I just have not been touching them very much. And the and it's not just because I'm just so over the whole digital gaming thing. It's also because like the digital games that I do want, like the premium bundles, they're hardly ever on sale. And I don't feel like buying the downgraded version, so I'm just like, okay, well, bye. Yeah, every other game up to um January 2028, like every game that's going to be released before January 2028 is going to have physical copies. But any game that that's like, hold on. Yeah, any game that's going to be released in January 2028 and beyond, those are the games I won't have. Um, those are the games I won't have physical copies. Good thing we have Game Exchange in our city. They still sell used games, books, music, and movies. Yeah, and there are plenty of other stores like that. Like there's Movie Trading Company, otherwise known as Vintage Stock. It has two different names. I go to those stores all the time to get old games. That's where I got Metroid Prime actually. Um, you also have I have another store in my area called Game Over Video Games. And there are a few other retro gaming stores like that. And it's all the stores that sell other things like music, uh, manga, anime, movies, all that stuff. So, and I've been using those for many years. So it's so like I'm glad to have those around because if we didn't have those, that would suck. Yeah, it also helps that older games do tend to have more heart and effort put into them, whereas the newer ones are just boring and cash grabs. So Jesse, you are so right about that point. So, yeah. So you can see why I prefer physical media. That's why I have never ever, except for Super Mario Party, I have never ever bought a first party title from Nintendo for my Nintendo Switch ever. I can't think of a single game like that except Super Mario Party. And the reason for that is that there was a code for that game bundled with a special set of blue and red Joy-Cons. Like there was a bundle. It's still up on Amazon. There's a bundle where you can buy a digital copy of Super Mario Party with a pair of special blue and red Joy-Cons. So I bought that. That was the only first party title I ever bought from Nintendo that was digital for my Nintendo Switch. Every other first party title that I have for the Nintendo Switch is physical. and I have all these physical games behind me on the shelf behind me. I'm looking at them right now because I refuse to buy them digitally. So yeah, I'm just so done with companies wanting to push this idea of a completely digital landscape for gaming. Stop doing that. Just please stop doing that. People like to have physical games. People like to have options. Damn, I'm so sorry, Kind Gamer Patrick. Yeah, I'm sorry this was late. But I'm glad you're here anyway. You didn't miss a whole lot. About 13 people watching. They must want to rip Sony apart. 13 people? Damn! 14 people! Oh, okay, 5 likes too. Okay, work. It makes sense because first party titles for Nintendo are always $60 or $70, or apparently even $80. And their games rarely ever go on sale. And if they do, they go on sale for like $10 less. Yes. And they're more likely to go on sale under certain retailers like Amazon and Walmart. But on Nintendo's own website, they rarely ever go on sale. Rarely, because Nintendo is just that stingy with their products. Which again is that's another reason as to why I just prefer to buy physical, because I refuse to shell out that much money for a digital game that can be easily revoked. You know, like does that make sense? Like there are a number of reasons as to why I just prefer not. I strongly prefer not to get not to get digital games for my Nintendo Switch. So out of all the first party titles, only one in my library is digital. And that's only because it was bundled with something else. That's just how much I don't trust Nintendo with my digital content. Unless it's something else like Undertale or Ace Attorney, I don't care. But if it's a first party title, no. Just no. Microsoft might do the exact same. We just need to give it time. Yeah, these game companies have been literally copying each other's nasty habits, and I'm just so tired of it. We're all tired of it. Yeah, 2028. That's when Sony's going to be so done with physical games. But again, like this is not a good idea. It's really dumb because like not gonna lie, I actually found Sony the most favorable out of all the companies. Out of the big three, Nintendo and Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony. I always found up until recently, I always found Sony the most favorable one because I just like their console the most, and many of the games frequently went on sale. But like they just weren't as annoying and greedy as the other two companies. But like now now that now I just see them in a different light because of all this shit that they just dropped. All this news, all this bad news. It's just I'm done with all these companies really. Like I've been side-eyeing Nintendo and Microsoft for some time now, but Sony, I was like, okay, you're not perfect. You're kind of cool though. I don't hate you as much as I hate the other two companies, but well, hate is a very strong word, but you get what I mean. But now it's like, okay, well, fine, screw you. You're just like the rest. I just, I'm so done. I'm so done. And again, this is one of the reasons why I just don't stream much because like there just aren't very many good games anymore. A lot of them are just cash grabs, as somebody else pointed out. Just cash grabs or shovelware or any kind of crap that is broken on from day one and gets patched up later. I'm done. Oh, hey, what's up, Potato Thief? Yeah, it's not very poggers, I know. Yeah, Sony has more exclusive games to offer. That was one of the reasons why I liked them more. I liked them more, and like now they do something like this. It's like Sony was actually on a good. Sony's actually doing pretty well, all things considered. I mean, they have had quite a few losses, but Honestly, they seem to be doing better than the other two companies, and then they go and do this. Like Sony, did you drink Rockstar's water? Like, did you drink some of that Rockstar water where you're on a high and then you fuck it up? Like you're riding on a high and then you just screw everything up. I don't know what's going on. Like, are you okay, Sony? Are you okay? Are you okay? What's going on? You can talk to us. I don't want Microsoft and Nintendo to talk to us, but you can talk to us. Gaming companies are making stupid decisions more and more every day. Not a single one has made all smart decisions with their recent consoles. I know. That's why to this day I refuse to get a Series X or a Series S. I don't want a fridge or a speaker for my console. And there aren't enough games for me to justify getting that. There's a reason why I got a PS5 and a Nintendo Switch, and even a Nintendo Switch 2, but not a Series X or a Series S. An Xbox One, okay, yeah, I can get some use out of that. Series X, no, no, baby, no, no, fuck off. Like Microsoft totally flopped with that console. They flopped with the Xbox One, and they flopped even more with the Series X and S. Like, damn, what's going on with you, Microsoft? Like, how do you go from the Xbox, which was great, to the 360, which was amazing, to the One, which was mediocre, to the Series, which was just shit. Like it's like they went from this to this to this to this. Like just boom. They didn't just hit rock bottom, they crashed into it. Like damn. Damn. I was Team Sony too, Blue Typhoon. I was Team Sony, but now I'm not. Like I was like, Sony, you're not as bad as Microsoft and Nintendo. And then this happens, and I'm like, okay, I take that back. You're you're honestly not much better. In fact, I think you might be worse in some ways. Again, the lack of physical media. Sony is literally just becoming what Microsoft was turning into back in 2013 when the Xbox One was first released, was first revealed. Yeah. Which sucks because honestly, out of all the companies, Sony was the one that had the most stability. Like, pretty much every single one of their consoles did well. The PS3 had a very rough start, but it did eventually pick up. but, but aside from that, their consoles did pretty well. And then you had the PS5 Pro and then the PS6. Like, damn, Sony, I knew you weren't going to be, like, riding this high forever, but holy shit, what the fuck? Damn, like, you fell off hard. Sony, please tell us you guys are playing a prank on us. Oh, I wish they were. I wish it were April 1st, but it's not. The only thing people were using the Xbox One for was the Kinect and backwards compatibility in HD and 4K. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Like, I used it for backwards compatibility, for Just Dance with the Kinect, and for. There was another thing. Oh, yeah, for 4K stuff. But then I got a PS5 and an Xbox 360 that had HDMI abilities. Like I think it was the Xbox 360S, the Slim, yeah, the Slim. So I didn't get the E, I got the Slim. So that made my Xbox One kind of pointless to use aside from Just Dance stuff. Because it's like, okay, I got the 4K with the PS5 and the backwards compatibility with the Xbox 360 Slim. Not even backwards compatibility. I can just straight up play all 360 games on it in HDMI. I don't need the Xbox One for that anymore because I can't even play all the 360 games like that. So yeah, I don't use my Xbox One very much anymore. Like I haven't used it in months. Not gonna lie, it is collecting dust. But I will pick it. I will use it again someday. I don't know when, but I will. Remember the whole commercial. This is how you share your games on PS4 when Sony literally fucking steamrolled Microsoft at E3 2013. Yeah, true. And now look at where we are 13 years later. Yeah. I mean, the PS4 literally blew up the Xbox One. It was just like boom. Like you have the PS4 and then the Switch and then the Xbox One. I remember wanting the PS4 and the Switch. I was like, oh my god, that console is so cool. And so was that other one. But then with the Xbox One, I was like, why is this here? So, so yeah, Microsoft, you flopped. Damn. Oh yeah, I covered that news earlier. Blue Typhoon. I know you just came, but yeah, I covered that news earlier. Yeah, they're shutting down the PlayStation Store on the PS3 and Vita, which I expected at some point. So that news didn't sting very much, but this news did. Yeah, it is the opposite. You're right, Kind Gamer Patrick, because like the like the Xbox 360 did blow up the PS3. But then, like years later, like things were completely reversed, and the PS4 blew up the Xbox One. Like, like it was just funny. Why didn't the Wii wait? Didn't the Wii U compete with the Xbox One and PS4? Yes and no, because it did, but only for a short period of time. It flopped so hard. So Nintendo was like, let's just make a better version of this console, and then they released a Switch, which was actually able to compete with the other two consoles. Yeah, oh, I see we have more new people in the chat. I don't think I said hi to Speed the Runner yet. Hi. I just hope physical media for film still keeps being a thing. Though it has shown some signs of life in the last year or two, where sales for DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks went up around 15 to 20% from the previous years. Unlike with video games, where physical copies of games was at an all-time low last year. Yeah, indeed. And that actually brings us to my next point here, which like Sony, just when you thought Sony couldn't piss people off anymore, they go and do this. This was also released pretty recently, this news. Over 500 movies to be deleted from PS accounts. Sony to delete movies owned by PlayStation users. List includes more than 550 digital titles. The list includes Hot Fuzz, Terminator 2, and more. Let me see. I have the article open over here. Where are you? No, that's not. Damn, where is it? I just had it. Oh, I think it's right here. No, no. Oops, wrong article. No, it's right here. Yeah, right here. Sorry. I'm a mess. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read through this quickly. It's from IGN. Let's see. Okay. PlayStation has notified users that it will soon delete more than 550 digital movies from users' PSN accounts due to a licensing agreement with Studio Canal. Sony began sending out its warning message via email earlier this week. X/Twitter user at SomaTYK was one of the first to share the notification, which says the move affects any Studio Canal content they may have purchased via Kotaku. PlayStation lays it out clearly. The content will be removed from your video library. The movies will be deleted September 1st, 2026. You can see the 551 digital titles affected in the list posted on PlayStation's website, which I have open right here. And there's a lot of movies here, such as Baghdad Cafe, Baseline, Before I Go to Sleep, Big Ass Spider, Blue Valentine, Broken City, and so on and so forth. Like there's a shit ton of movies here that Sony is going to take away. And I'll keep reading the article. From September 1st, 2026, due to our content licensing agreement, you will no longer be able to access your previously purchased content from Studio Canal, and it will be moved from your video library. Sony's message says bluntly, "Thank you, PlayStation Store." Fuck you, PlayStation Store. If you have ever purchased digital movies through the PlayStation Store, you might want to go check out that list. There are plenty of lesser known films that may not affect many PSN users, but there is a healthy number of popular titles too. Some digital versions of movies you may recognize include Apocalypse Now, The Final Cut, Attack of the Block, Evil Dead, Highlander, Hot Fuzz, Paddington, Rambo, First Blood, RoboCop 2014, Sharknado, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, and The Beatles' 8 Days a Week, The Touring Years. There are some TV shows on the list too, including American God Season 1 and Below the Surface Season 1. For now, there is no sign of refunds or alternatives for those who purchased any of the movies on the list. IGN has reached out to Sony for comments. Good luck getting any. This isn't the first time Sony has made an announcement regarding the sudden removal of digital movies and shows from the PlayStation Store. In December 2023, the company revealed that Discovery content would be pulled from purchasers' accounts with a message almost identical to the one shared today. Uh, it resulted in quite a negative reaction from those who expected to maintain ownership of titles they had purchased. Just years later, Sony reversed course, saying that Discovery titles would no longer be deleted. Oh. It said the change of plans was the result of updated licensing arrangements, thanking fans for their ongoing support and feedback. Put that last phrase in quotes here. Like updated licensing arrangements, ongoing support and feedback. Basically, we fucked up, we chickened out, and now you can have your stuff back. But anyway, I'll keep reading. At the time, that secured the ability for users to access their purchase Discovery titles for at least the next 30 months. At least the next 30 months. So not permanently. Okay. That 30-month timeline came to an end this month, June 2026. Sony announced it would no longer offer movie and TV purchases and rentals on the PlayStation Store back in 2021. As it moves to delete movies from PlayStation accounts with only a few months heads up, fans online are once again discussing what it means to own a digital product. It's a topic Time Extension explored in the Gets column in 2024. As the fight for digital movie, TV, and game ownership continues, you can read about why many Grand Theft Auto 6 players are upset with Rockstar Games' latest physical release plan. Yeah, we already know about that and we've already covered it, but yeah, okay, so yeah, like Sony, damn, you really want to piss people off, don't you? Like, damn. Like, Sony, what the fuck? I can't with you. Like, do you see why I prefer physical media for movies? Like, whenever I buy movies, I always, if I can, I almost always get a digital and physical combo. So that way, digitally, I can share my library with my cousin and her friends, and her friends and family, and I can keep the physical games while still having access to the digital content. That's why, like, this is why I never buy just physical or digital for movies. I always get both, just for the convenience of the digital media, and for the security of the physical media. Like, I never buy a movie that's just digital, never. And if I can only find a movie that's available like digitally as well as physically, but not like both. I just buy both. Like I buy both the digital and physical edition separately, but I never buy the digital one, just the digital one of a movie ever. Just the digital version because this is exactly why. I like to own my movies. Like I just like it's not just games, it's also movies. It's just like we just people just want to own what they buy. Like is that so wrong? Is that not fair? Like to buy something and have ownership for it? And, like I'm not talking about renting. That's different. I'm talking about buying. Like people want to own what they buy. And like this is why I never buy movies just digitally because this is exactly the kind of shit that happens. Like if I have to choose one or the other, I choose physical every time. Like damn. Like, Sony, what happened to you? You used to be the goats, and now you're the ass. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised because, again, we have we the video game companies in general have been moving towards this trend of, not letting people own their games. Like they'll let people buy licenses but not own their games. Like, you can buy a license for a game to have access to it, but you can't own it. Yeah, exactly, Kind Gamer Patrick. Physical media will always be better because if something happens to your account, at least you'll still have your physical movies. Exactly. Like that's why like I have like Voodoo Fandango and Movies Anywhere. I have both of those. And I like the convenience of being able to just access movies digitally without having to put a disc into any of my media players. But at the same time, I like having the security of physical media, so that way, and if anything happens to my uh, accounts that contain my movie libraries, at least I'll have the physical media. So, so yeah, I'm just glad that with movies, I never buy them digitally, like only digitally. I never do. If I buy them digitally, I also buy them physically. And unsurprisingly, people are quite pissed off. Like the article even said it. People are quite pissed off about Sony removing all these movies. Like these are movies that people rightfully own, Sony. It's not right for you to take these movies away. Oh, but we have licensing and all that. I don't care. I don't care. That's not an excuse. That just shows that you didn't think this all the way through. You did not think this all the way through. Like, if you can't keep movies up on your service forever, then maybe that's a sign that you shouldn't let people buy them from your service. I don't know because your games don't have this problem. Like, your games. I don't see your games having this problem, but the movies do for some reason. So yeah, that's the thing. Sony is literally taking people's money and then running. They're pulling an Ubisoft. They are pulling an Ubisoft. And I thought they were better than that. I really thought they were better than that. Oh, I hope streaming services like Apple TV and Vudu don't do stupid shit like this too. Because it would be very stupid of them too. Like, it was stupid enough for Sony to do it. If they do it, then that's it. That's it for their services. Like, they're not going to recover from that. We can only hope that Gen Z and other generations can keep up momentum to force companies to keep physical media alive. Yes, please. Please, everyone, band together and show these companies that we want physical media. And we can do it. Because at the end of the day, we're the consumers, right? Like, the companies have to listen to us. They might not listen to our words, but they will listen to our wallets. We stop buying their shit, and they will have no choice but to get their shit together. So, yes, let's teach these companies that they can't just take our money and run. They can't just take away products that we rightfully own. So I'll be making my own movie of me burning the PS5 just because this info pissed me off. I would love that. But don't do it to the Slim or the original model. Do it to the Pro. Do it to the PS5 Pro. Burn that. If you find one that you can destroy, burn it. No, I'm kidding. I try to get a new movie from Amazon at least once a week. Oh, okay. I get movies from Amazon like regularly, like every few weeks or so. Like earlier, like a few days earlier, I got back the whole Back to the Future trilogy, which is apparently the 40th anniversary collection. So, so yeah, I'm still getting movies. And recently, I got the Super Mario Galaxy movie, the steelbook for it, as well as the steelbooks for other movies such as The Wild Robot, Minecraft, Kick-Ass, um, Zootopia 2, and a few others. Burn the digital edition as well. Yeah, for the PS5s, burn the digital editions. Like burn the ones that don't have disk drives, but leave the ones that do have disk drives alone. Please leave those alone. But everything else burn. You can burn those. Burn the digital editions. There's gonna be a 4K release of Madagascar too. I didn't know that. I only have the Blu-rays really, which is fine. I don't care to get 4K copies. Like if I already have Blu-ray, then I just stick with that. But if there is 4K available, then I get that. Because here's the thing, like sometimes it can take a really long time for movies to be released on 4K. So if there's only Blu-ray, I'll just get that. But if I hear that there's going to be a 4K release, I wait for that. So yeah, that's why whenever possible, unless it's just really convenient for me to buy games and movies digitally and not physically, which is which doesn't happen too often unless there's like some sort of sharing thing going on, like game sharing or movie sharing, then I just go for physical media always. So, yeah, physical media for the win. Like you can tell that these companies really don't want people to own their games. Like they're like, "Oh, okay, well, let's just slowly make this physical media go away. Let's just slowly have it fade from existence." And it's not just because people are buying more digital games, physical games. That's obviously not the only reason. Companies like having that kind of power. They do because then you have no choice but to do whatever they want. I mean, their terms of service basically just tell you that. It's like we have the right to revoke this shit. So don't give them that power. Don't. Just don't. Score one for the physical media. Right? Score two, really. Like if we count games and movies separately, it's score two, in my opinion. But yeah, Sony, you like literally three bombshells they dropped. Three pieces of bad news they dropped within the last week, the last few days even. Sony, get it together. Get it together. Like first you Oh, to be fair, like the first one is actually not bad because again, the PlayStation Store for PS3 and PS Vita can't go on forever. So I'm not mad at them about that. But the other two things, yes, the other two pieces of news they dropped, the whole physical disc production issue and the whole movie issue, yeah, like just those two I'm not happy with them about. Like Sony, fuck you. Get it together. Yeah. What else can you do? This is the kind of era we're living in now. Like where we can't own what we buy. I mean, there's still a chance we could change things for the better, but really no one likes the direction we're going in now with regard to games or even media in general, like games and movies and who knows what else. Yeah, money grabbers indeed, potato thief. Like what's even the point of anything anymore? Yeah, what's even the point? I really, really hope that companies don't stop selling physical and digital combos for movies because the moment they do that, the moment I will stop buying any kind of movies. I don't want them to stop doing that. Like those combos exist for a reason. They exist for a reason. I like having physical and digital combos of movies. Don't stop doing that. Don't go back to just don't go to just oh we're just gonna do digital stuff now. No, fuck that. Fuck that. Don't do that. Money grabbers, what can you do? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like that's one thing we can do, as Poisonous Maple pointed out. We could just drop the digital streaming stuff and just go straight to physical media. Like just stop using streaming services. Like for movies, I mean. Like if it's for series, whatever. But if it's for movies, then no, don't bother. Just 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 stick to physical media. Like we really have to make we have to make a change. We have to make a difference. We have to show these companies what we really want. Because some people are already doing that. Again, you have certain video game retailers that are just refusing to sell GTA 6, and rightfully so. So we need to do stuff like that. We need to do more of that. Because holy shit, this is just getting out of hand. Like it's one thing for one company to do this, but for all of them to do this, like it's ridiculous. I know some people are going to be defending the key cards. They're like, "Oh, well, at least Nintendo has some kind of solution with the game key cards." I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. Those to me, those don't count. That's not a solution. Game key cards are not a solution. I mean, better. It's better than like. I agree. It's better than like not having any kind of physical media. But game key cards to me are just not an adequate solution. So fuck off with that because they don't permanently keep games. They just don't. They're basically library cards. So no, sorry. Nice try, Nintendo. Anyway, yeah, like uh, we need to teach these companies that we want physical media. It still has a place. It still has a place in this world. Because really, I can like literally like naturally, what's going to happen is that people will start going to physical media. Like the number, like because nowadays people are they've been buying digital media more than physical media, but now that whole ratio, that percentage is just going to flip like it's just going to be turned on its head. So now everyone's going to be like going for physical media instead. And rightfully so. I hope people do that. Like everyone needs to do that. Just stop buying digital media if you can help it because this is fucking ridiculous. But I think that's all the news I wanted to share because Sony like y'all disappointed me. I really thought you were never perfect, but I really thought you were better than Microsoft and Nintendo. But you're not. You're not so different after all. I thought you were better than that, really. I thought you were, but I guess I was wrong. Mm. If they backtrack, great, but I'm really tired of them doing this whole backtracking thing. Like, just don't do it in the first place, fam. Just don't. Keep your consumers in mind. Oh, there was also Microsoft laying off and closing like a million different studios. Wait, what? Hang on. I've not heard of that. Damn. Oh, it's because Xbox is not doing so well. That's why. That's why Microsoft's been laying off a shit ton of people. Yikes. Yeah. Oh, this was released yesterday. Hang on. Jesus Christ. Microsoft's going to lay off thousands of jobs next week. Ooh, yikes. And they've been doing this. Apparently they did something like this last year. They laid off thousands of people last year. Holy shit. God damn. And they're planning to spend more than $100 billion on building AI. They're just replacing people at this point. That's what they're doing. Jesus Christ, Microsoft, what the fuck are you doing? They're literally replacing people. Like, you can lay off people, but you want to spend money on AI that you don't need. Plus, by the way, your cloud service is kind of shitty, not gonna lie. I don't like it. I've had the Microsoft Azure shit. It's not the greatest. I'm sorry, I just don't like that platform. Like, there are better cloud platforms out there. You kind of suck in that regard, Microsoft. So, not sure why you want to spend so much on AI when you can't even get your cloud infrastructure right. Oops. And it's not just me, like, a lot of people have complained about Azure. Like, they prefer other cloud platforms like Amazon. Um, I forgot what Amazon's was called, but they prefer that. And as well as Oracle. And I'm just like, yeah, Oracle and Amazon are better. Azure is shit. So, Microsoft, get it together. Please get it together. Like, we are begging you to get it together. Oh, bye, Potato Thief, and poggers to you too. I don't even think it's just AI. They're just shutting down studios down just because. Yeah, because they're losing money. Of course, it's not just the AI issue. They're just losing money. So, yikes, Microsoft, what's going on with you? Damn. I mean, we already know that Microsoft is a dumpster fire right now, but like, I didn't think things were that bad for them until I read that article. Literally everybody fucking hates AI now. Yeah, AI is everywhere, and I'm just so tired of it. You're tired of it. We're all tired of it. It's ruining art. It's ruining gaming. It's ruining jobs for a lot of people. It's ruining everything. I'm so tired of it. We're all tired of it. It's everywhere. Like back then, it was only used as a tool. Okay, cool, whatever. But now people are using it as a crutch. It's everywhere now, and I'm like, stop, stop. We're all tired of it. We are so fucking tired of it. Just, oh God, Jesus Christ. And Microsoft wants to spend even more money on AI. Like, what are y'all doing? What are you guys doing? You could be spending that money on other things. And Disney wants to spend money on AI too. Like, they know people hate AI and they want to keep using it. They don't care. I'm so done. I'm so done with AI. I'm so done with it. Like, do you know how annoying it is to be scrolling on DeviantArt and to find pieces that look good, but then you realize, oh wait, it's AI. They're just AI. Like, I don't want that shit on my feed. Like, get it off my feed. Like it's just like that's just one of the things that AI. That's one of the ways that AI annoys the hell out of me. Not to mention that at one point, people have even been using AI to win like art contests. I mean, they get busted, of course, but it's like you see why people hate AI now? Like, damn, God, we're just so tired of it. I want it to just like I don't want it to disappear entirely because it can be useful in the right context, but people are not using it in the right contexts. So, so yeah, that's cheating. It is cheating. It's very much cheating, but people do it anyway. And it's stupid because they think they're not going to get caught, but they do get caught because AI doesn't make good art. Like it can make art that looks good, don't get me wrong, but like the art will always have this sort of impersonal alien-like quality to it. And these hoes know it's against the rules. They just don't care. I actually feel kind of better. I got a lot off my chest because fuck AI and fuck companies for wanting to switch to digital media entirely. Fuck all this shit. I'm so done with it. I'm so fucking done. And AI is just never going to make the amount of money it needs to make this all sustainable. Yeah, because you can't replace people. You can't. You just can't. I mean, yeah, there are certain jobs that machines will be better at, obviously, but you can't replace people entirely, okay? You just can't do that. You can't. So stop doing it. Yeah, like AI is just not going to give you a good rate of return or whatever the term is. It's not gonna make enough money to be sustainable because it can and does cause problems. A lot of problems. But companies insist on using it anyway. Like you guys could be putting that money into other things. You could be using that for other things. And then you have the nerve to complain about not making enough money or even about losing money. And I'm like, y'all are like digging your own grave. You've made your bed, now lie in it. You know? Like like people have been telling you that this shit's not gonna work. You see the writing on the wall, but you don't care. So this is on you. This is totally on you. Fuck. I'm so done. Man, I don't know. Like the AI bubble, like it is. I mean, it's already bursting. I was gonna say it was close to bursting, but it's already bursting. Like there are holes all over the damn thing. Like, like I'm expecting a full-on nuclear explosion at this point. It's like, boom. Now they have to deal with the consequences of their actions. Yeah, exactly. You play stupid games and you win stupid prizes. It's really that simple. Lie on it, more like sleep on it. Right? You made you made your bed, bitch. Sleep in it. Sooner or later, we are going to feel the ripple effect of the AI bubble. I feel like we're already at that point, you know? Like, we're already at that point. Like, because there are so many, there's just so much, there's been so much backlash and, and, like, towards AI, and there's been so much trouble caused by AI. Yeah, like this year, next year, maybe the year after that, it's gonna happen. Like the whole ripple effect, it's gonna happen within the next few years. Damn it, I have to cook quick dinner. It's already at the end of the stream. Oh, I'm sorry, but it's okay. Yeah, you were at least here for half the stream. We were just talking about how Microsoft was gonna lay off a bunch of people next week and how they plan to spend money on AI for some stupid fucking reason. And it's not an insignificant amount. I think the article said they're gonna spend like at least 100 billion. Let me look. It's from GeekWire. Um, I just saw it somewhere here. Where is it? I don't want to misquote anything. Mm. Oh my fucking god, go away. Okay, let's see. Well, they're gonna spend money on it, so it's whatever. Where is that figure? I just had it. Yeah, here it is. Microsoft is on pace to spend more than 100 bill. Oh wait, no, I guess that's something. Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. I got it slightly wrong. So Microsoft is on pace to spend more than $100 billion on infrastructure in fiscal 2026, up from 88.7 billion the year before, mirroring spending surges across big tech. About two-thirds of that money goes to GPUs and other hardware for AI and cloud workloads. Ew. So yeah, they're gonna spend some money on AI, unfortunately. I don't know exactly how much. I don't think the article fully specifies that, but yeah, like clearly they're just actually here. No, there's a oh here. There's actually this one part from this article. Let's see. Wedbush analyst Dan Ives pointed to more than $650 billion in combined AI infrastructure spending from Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Meta in 2026. Jesus Christ. These companies are just pouring all their money into AI, and I'm like, why? Not all their money, of course, but like a lot of it, and it's so irritating. With the AI bubble burst combined with the economy crashing over the Iran war, if a final deal is not made this month, oh boy. Yeah, like damn, we are like things are such a mess right now. The AI bubble issue as well as the whole war with Iran. Jesus. I wonder when they'll start making AI games. Oh Jesus, I don't see that working at all. I just don't see that working. It's going to be like if the 2008 recession and the COVID recession had a baby, right? The best of both worlds, or rather the worst of both worlds. Granted, gas is going down now, but that's only because we are exhausting the rest of our oil reserves. Yeah. We are a dumpster fire of a company right now. I said company, country right now. The problem is that we are going to run out of that completely by the end of this month. Yeah, like we're kind of screwed. Like damn. Like holy shit. Like like it's just one thing after another. Like holy shit. Damn, like we can't just get a break, can we? It all started with COVID. I think it all started with COVID. I mean, we've been having issues. Um we've been having issues even by that time, but like damn. So if the strait is not completely closed and a permanent deal is not made, we are screwed. Yeah, pretty much. We are chopped and screwed. And yes, that was a song reference. But yeah, we're just not getting a break in the 2020s. No, 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 baby, no, we're not. Someone seriously needs to go back in time and stop the COVID disaster from happening, right? Because literally that was when all this shit started. Oh goodness. Okay. Like literally the moment COVID happened, it almost felt like the world was ending. Almost, in my opinion. Like holy shit. Damn. Like that was the true 2012 of our that was the true 2012 in our timeline. Not the fake ass 2012 we had before. It's the end of the world as we know it. But the whole COVID thing could have been avoided. Whatever, whoever. That's what happens when you don't respond to a crisis soon enough. But it is what it is. Yeah, 2012 was nothing compared to 2020 and onwards, right? Like, if we all went back in time and realized what was going to happen in the upcoming years, we'd be like, oh, we got to stop this from happening. We got to stop it. Yeah, I remember hating having to wear masks like at work because of COVID. I mean, the masks kept me safe, but I hated having to wear them. Ironically, I was the last person, one of the last people to like wear masks because like I wasn't one of the first people to do it because it hadn't been for a while. It hadn't been a requirement at my store, at the grocery store where I worked. But like I was like, I don't see the point in wearing the mask. But eventually, I was like, yeah, maybe I should wear one. And just after that, the store decided to start enforcing the mask policy. So I was lucky not to get COVID though, like very lucky. Because the thing is that like I could have gotten it, but I was just being very careful, like just not going out, only when I needed except when I needed to, like just keeping my distance from people whenever possible. Um Making sure to wash my hands regularly and not to touch my face with hands that have not been washed or sanitized. Just all that stuff. I didn't get COVID until like years after it first showed up. And it was a mild form then. And then I got it a bit later, and I told you guys about that. but yeah, like so far I've had only two times, and both of those times were like not nearly. Those were like mild versions of COVID, like because the 2020 COVID was just really bad. Like it killed people left and right. Like damn. Or if it didn't kill you, it hospitalized you. Like it took the life out. It took the wind out of you. Like just damn. Why did people think that 2020 was the end of the world again? Wasn't that some weird superstition? Yeah, because people be doing stupid shit like that. Looking back, it's so bizarre that we all had to wear masks literally wherever we went. Like we are all cautious as fuck not to get sick. Yeah, like literally people were freaking out over it. And I even heard this one story, this one guy who was just so nervous about getting COVID. Like he had masks, he wore a mask everywhere, he wore gloves, everything. He was being super clean and whatnot. And then he accidentally touched his face with his bare hands once. Or I think he put his hands on his mouth or whatever. I don't remember, but he decided to drink like half a bottle of disinfectant or whatever, and then he got sick from it. And I was like, dude, you overreacted. You fucking overreacted. I feel bad for you. Don't get me wrong, but like you overreacted. Like a lot of people are overreacting. I was like, y'all need to calm down. I get it. COVID is not something you want, but this is not how you handle it. But but yeah, COVID just caused so much shit to happen. Like damn, it just fucked everything up. It messed so many people up. Like if it didn't kill you, it hospitalized you, and if it didn't hospitalize you and you didn't get it, then it screwed up your plans for the year. Or it basically made it hard for you to do your job, or you couldn't do your job, or whatever. Like, it just basically disrupted your life. Bro, that guy fought so hard not to get sick, but got sick anyway from being too cautious, shot himself in the foot. Right? Like, again, overreacting. Like, you overreacted. And it was just so ironic because normally I try like I'm the kind of person who just like who's very particular about like not getting sick. I wouldn't call myself a germaphobe, but I'm like a bit more cautious than the average person. But when COVID came around, like and everyone was wearing masks, I was like, I don't feel a need to wear masks. It was funny, like it was so ironic. I was like, I don't need it. But then COVID happened, and then my mask policy happened. I was like, yeah, I guess I'll start wearing it. And then I was like one of the last people to stop wearing a mask. Yeah, I kind of don't do what other people do. I kind of just do my own fucking thing. But but yeah, that's COVID, man. 2020 was a crazy year. It was crazy. Like, and because people were basically stuck in their homes, like the Nintendo Switches were like being bought left and right. And you guys remember I had problems buying one at first. Man, COVID caused so much shit to happen. Oh my God. Looking back on it now, it's crazy. And it's been like what, almost 6 years since then? Damn, where does the time go? But yeah, COVID, damn, it almost ended the world. Like, holy shit. Okay, well, it didn't almost end the world, but it did fuck the world up. But I'm just glad we don't have to deal with that anymore. But now we have to deal with a whole bunch of other crap. It's just one thing after another. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk about. I'm glad I did this rant stream. I'm sorry it was so late. I really should have. I didn't think to do it until it was fairly late, but it's okay. At least we got it out of the way, and most people were able to show up. But yeah, um, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I remember it was a lot of movies being put on hold and had to get added on streaming services due to COVID closing down the movie theaters. Yeah, like Mulan 2020, like that movie was shit. It was a box office bomb, and COVID really did not help. Like it had a $200 million budget and it made only $23 million. It would have made more than that, although it still wouldn't have made much if it hadn't been for COVID. Oh, you saw Minions and Monsters? How was it? Oh, someone texted me. And the hot take alert. Oh, and hot take alert, but I thought it was absolutely unbearable. Oh shit, really? Ooh. Uh-oh. I really couldn't stand like 80% of this movie. Ooh. Shit. Uh-oh. Ouch. Ouch. Like, ouch. Ooh. I was afraid of that. Okay, well, hopefully I'll like it. I probably won't, but because it's a Minions movie, you can't expect much from them. But yeah, it's just the same as the other Minions movies. Directionless plot, lazy and unfunny gags, and Minions are just as obnoxious as ever. That's basically what the other two are like, except at least Rise of Gru had more of a plot than the first movie did. So I will give it that. But yeah, these movies are not great because Illumination just doesn't care about storytelling. Like, really, all Illumination just has to do is to give a damn about their stories. They don't do that. I'm just so done with Illumination. I mean, I wasn't expecting this movie to be great, but I'm just tired of them doing this shit. Like, put some effort into your storytelling, please. Like, you could even. I know this is Nintendo, mainly Nintendo's fault, but the fact that even with Nintendo working with Illumination, like even with that kind of partnership, they still couldn't make good movies that had storytelling because both Mario movies were so poor in terms of storytelling. They were poor. They weren't terrible, but they were poor. But whatever. There was some fun callbacks to the old Saw Hollywood and a fun set piece or two at the end of the new Minions movie, though. But even those were just a couple of nods, and the fun set pieces only lasted like a minute or two. So that's part of 20% that you liked, I guess. It just makes me wish instead of being about minions and monsters, it would have been better if it was minions versus monsters. That actually would have made for a better plot, not gonna lie. Because with the minions, like you never know what's gonna happen with them. They're just crazy and wacky and dumb. Having a minions versus monsters plot would be pretty cool. Not gonna lie, but it's a good thing Illumination didn't work with Sega. Yeah, I don't see Sega working with Illumination. Like because Sega actually seems to care more about storytelling than Nintendo. So yeah, like I don't see Sega working with Illumination. I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. And George Lucas does make a voice cameo, but it only lasts for like split seconds. Yikes. Sorry, I'm just texting someone right now. Like, if you're gonna get George Lucas in the booth, why not give him a slightly bigger role than that? There's only one character that's a director who's in the movie for about 15 minutes, and you could have just had George Lucas voice that character. Yeah, sometimes casting choices are really fucking stupid, and this is definitely one of those times. Like, there are some fun ideas here, but they are barely utilized, and more focus is just given to unfunny gags and minions being annoying. Yeah. So again, directionless plot. That's the biggest issue with these Minions movies. There's just no plot. And I don't know why this is so hard for Illumination and Nintendo to understand, but movies need plots. Okay? They need plots. You can't have a movie without a plot. It's just not going to work. But those two just don't. I can see where Nintendo and Illumination partnered up with the Mario movies because they both don't care about storytelling when it comes to movies. At least Miyamoto doesn't. I guess I can't speak for all Nintendo, but Miyamoto clearly does not care about storytelling when it comes to movies because he has the idea of, oh well, we don't care, we don't need that much plot in our game, so maybe it'll be fine if we have that philosophy applied to our movies. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. So, bye. Anyway, I didn't even stay for the rest of the post-credit scenes because I just wanted to get out of there. Damn. I know that there are people that actually like the movie, but I couldn't stand it. 1.5 out of 4 stars. Damn. Damn. So that's basically a 3 out of 10. I think if I get the proportions. No, hang on, that's not right. No, that's not right. Sorry. What's 2.5 times 1.5? It's like 4. I don't know. Let me do the math really fast. Hang on. 0.5 times 2.5. No, 3.75 out of 10. That's right. So, yeah, I was right. About 4 out of 10. I only like the first Despicable Me. That's the only good one. That's really the only good Illumination movie. I mean, there's also possibly Migration, but I haven't gone around to watching that. But yeah, aside from that, Despicable Me is the only good. The first one is the only good one. Three was decent, but like two was ass, and I still haven't watched four. I have it, I just haven't gone around to it. Mainly because I just kind of don't care about it. I got it mainly for correction purposes, but I will watch it someday. I will. Probably this week, actually. I have time to do it this week. I think I'll watch Despicable Me 4 like later this week along with Migration. Just to see what they're like. Or maybe I'll do it next week and then do a rant stream about both movies. Because why the fuck not? Oh, and I can even cover Minions and Monsters. Sorry, Minions and Monsters. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll watch Despicable Me 4, Migration, and Minions and Monsters, and just do it all in one rant stream. I think I'll just do that next week because I'm pretty busy this week actually. Trying to catch up on certain streaming series I've been watching, like Arcane and the DuckTales reboots, because I actually like that. I haven't watched the original, but I do like the reboot. It's funny. It's one of the few good reboots out there. Who knows? Maybe you'll like Minions and Monsters. Maybe I will. We'll see. I know that's what Illumination is best known for, but they need to stop with making Minions movies. Yeah, they just won't let the Minions go because the Minions are just their big cash cow. I don't see any plot, right? Because Illumination doesn't care about plot. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I want to talk about. I will go and watch Minions and Monsters. And that's probably the last movie I'm ever going to touch for a while. I still haven't watched the Michael Jackson movie, but that's because I've decided to just wait for it to come out on 4K and then just buy that. It's going to come out on 4K in like 2 or so weeks. At least that's what Amazon tells me, I think. The last time I checked, it was like I think the release date was like somewhere around July 14th or July 14th. I had to go and look, um, but yeah, I'm just gonna wait until that comes out in 4K and then buy it. I don't feel like going to the movies for it because like I'm gonna spend like my logic is that I'm gonna spend like $10 to $15 at the movies, so I might as well like just wait for it to come out in 4K so I can just buy it for like 15 or so dollars. To me, it just makes more sense to do it that way. Of course, that means that like if I don't like the movie, then I'm stuck with it forever. But I mean, it's fine. I collect both good and bad movies, so it's whatever. But yeah, I damn like we ranted about a lot. Ooh, 9 likes. Okay, work. Hey, my stream has 9 likes, and it had 14 people at one point, maybe even more than that. I wasn't checking the whole time, but damn, Sony, do better. You too, Microsoft, and especially you, Nintendo, especially you. Sega is like, hey, I'm not making consoles anymore. I'm not a part of this. I'm actually glad Sega stopped making consoles at one point. I'm actually glad, and so that they can focus on other things. Because holy shit, like, I'm glad they're not a part of this mess. But yeah, I'm actually glad I did this rant stream. I really needed to get, I really need to talk about this mess regarding Sony and regarding Microsoft, but mainly Sony. I do think that if I can get a free ticket, I might just watch Modern 2026 in theaters. I don't care to watch that movie if I'm going to be honest. I just really don't care. I saw the trailer for it with the kind of CGI, the special effects they use and whatnot. It just makes me wonder why they didn't just animate it. Like it feels like they could just animate instead. Like why go the live action route when you can just animate the movie? Like I don't know. It's just I'm just wondering why you would make a live action remake that no one was asking for. When it wasn't even like what 10 years after the first movie. I don't know. I'm so over this. I think it has been like how long? When was the first movie released? Let me look. Let me check. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to pre-order Rhythm Heaven Groove for the Switch. I almost forgot to do it. Oh my god. Because it's gonna come out like tomorrow and I want to pre-order it. Oh Jesus. I almost forgot. Damn. Yeah, it's gonna be released on July. Damn, I think I missed it. Fuck. No, no, I can still I can still pre-order it. Okay. But pre-pickup Wednesday, July 8th. Ugh, I have to wait a week? I guess because I waited too long, that's why. Fuck. Damn. Oh well. I was gonna pre-order it earlier. Completely forgot. Ah, oh well. Oh, July 6th and July 7th. That's okay, I can wait. Okay, I can't believe I forgot to fucking pre-order it. Damn, that sucks. And I'll just go ahead and take care of that now. I think I was just waiting for like my next paycheck to come in before doing this. That's why I waited this long. But it looks like I waited too long. Ah, oh well. Okay. Yes. Yeah, 2016. That was when Moana was released. So not even 10 years. Just about like 10 years after the first movie released. And you're already making a live action remake. Why? I'll just. I'm ordering a copy for myself and a copy for my cousin. Yeah, so I'll be here by like Monday or Tuesday. That's perfectly fine. I don't care. I can wait. Okay, and yeah, we're good. Okay, and that's that. There. Okay. It's been pre-ordered. Late. It's a late pre-order, but it's a pre-order nonetheless. Oh, and Thunderbolts is apparently on 4K and Blu-ray and digital. I don't care. So, I mean, I like the movie, but I don't like it that much. But yeah, I don't really see myself watching the live action remake of Moana. I just don't really care. But anyway. Oh, you have a free ticket for it? Okay, Maple, I see you. Sega's like, I don't want to have anything to do with this, right? Like Sega, you tapped out when you had the chance. I'm glad you did. I mean, I would have liked you to stay a little longer, but I'm glad you tapped out when you did. Yeah, the first movie came out in November 2016, so it's still not even technically 10 years old yet. Yeah. So, Disney, stop making live remakes that nobody's asking for. But I know they're not going to listen to that. They're not going to listen to me. They're not going to listen to other people. They're only going to listen to themselves. This is the world that we currently live in nowadays, apparently. Yep. Yep. Yeah, Moana was released in it was released on November 23rd, 2016. So again, not even technically 10 years. Fucking hell. I'm so done with you, Disney. God, you're like the Ubisoft and Nintendo and Microsoft and Sony of movies and TV shows. Ugh, you're gross. You're so gross. You're like the EA of movies and TV shows too. You're like all these annoying companies. Oh, and Rockstar. We can't forget Rockstar. You're like all these ugly ass companies. Mm. But whatever. Moana 2026 does seem like it's set to underperform. I mean, I'm honestly not surprised. Dwayne The Rock Johnson's a part of it. I mean, like the first one was successful, but it was because Dwayne like was just really voice acting. He wasn't actually technically in the movie, if that makes sense. Like he wasn't gonna be a like he wasn't like actually like part of the movie aside from his voice acting. But now he's actually gonna be in the movie. He's gonna be fully acting. He's gonna be on the screen. Yeah, we know he's not good at acting, so he it's this movie is definitely not gonna end well. They should have casted somebody else, but of course Dwayne wasn't gonna let that happen. It's like, no, this is my movie. Yeah, but you're not gonna cast the actress for Moana. Make it make sense. I'm just saying. Anyway, but yeah, like this, like, and not it's not even just Dwayne The Rock Johnson's poor acting that's gonna make the movie underperform. Like the CGI is just, it's not terrible, but like not. I'm not too impressed by it either. The main reason we are getting the Moana remake so soon is because The Rock needed a hit after Black Adam bombed. That was his own damn fault. Like, dude, you've been in the game for like you've been an actor for how many years now? At least 2 decades, 2.5 decades. and you are still a middling actor. I just don't understand. Like, you have all the resources, all the time, all the money to go and get some acting lessons and be better, like Dave Bautista. Like, but you can't act. Dave Bautista can act. You can't. Like, dude, just take some acting classes. Actually work on improving your craft. If you had been a better actor in Black Adam, that movie wouldn't have tanked. Because honestly, you are the worst part about it. All the other characters are way more interesting than you. From the humans to the villains to the other superheroes. I actually liked almost all the other characters but your character. You suck as an actor, Dwayne. You do. You do. You do. And I'm not trying to be harsh. It's just like you have to you have to know how bad you are at acting. I'm sure people have told you how bad you are at acting, but you refuse to actually put in the work to get better. You refuse to actually emote aside from like one or two expressions that you have on your face all the time. You have no range, and you refuse to let your characters lose or show any kind of weakness unless it somehow makes you look good. So maybe stop trying to push out movies that nobody's asking for and start trying to learn how to act. Just a thought. Because when even John Cena is a better actor than you, you know you've fucked up. Vin Diesel's a better actor than you. John Cena's a better actor than you. Dave Bautista's a better actor than you. All of them are better actors than you. You are like Kevin Hart in that you just can't act and you don't want to learn how to act. But it is what it is. And that's also why The Rock is crawling back to Vin Diesel in the Fast and Furious franchise. Not surprised. I mean, he's not very interesting in that series either, so it's whatever. The hierarchy of power of Disney live action remakes is about to change, basically. Oh man. Sorry, I was just texting someone. Okay. Alright. Okay. So it did do a good job in The Smashing Machine though. Just too bad that that movie also bombed hard. Yikes. Poor thing. Yeah, like not every performance of his was bad, of course, but like you know, most of them were. Like he just needs to learn how to act, but he can't act. I mean, he's really not doing his nickname to Rock any justice because he has the acting skills and personality of a Rock. Yikes. But enough about him. But yeah, this has been a fun rant stream. Like it felt good to get all this shit off my chest. I'm sure you all you felt some catharsis from this rant stream. But yeah, Sony, you pissed the internet off. Like literally, I'm seeing videos of people just talking about this and saying how fucking stupid this is. Like from there were two people in particular that commented on it. I think one of them was here, let me look it up so I don't get this wrong. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, there are so many people like ripping apart this decision from Sony. Like we got a user named Super Joshua 06 who's not gonna buy digital only games. And we have, let's see. I think the Angry Joe also comment on it? Let me see. The Angry Joe show. Look it up. Yeah, he commented on it too. Like 6 hours ago, he released a video that said, where the title said, "Sony says no more physical discs, the end of an era." Angry rants. Yep. So there's that. And there was one other. Let me see. It should be in my history. I forgot what the guy's name was. Oh yeah, OmniArc TV. He also commented on it. And those are just a few of the YouTubers that have commented on this topic. Like literally hours after that announcement from Sony, people started posting these videos. So yeah, the whole internet is mad. And there are only going to be more and more responses. Like those are only a few. There are only going to be more and more. There have been plenty already, but we know that the number of responses is going to increase. But yeah, the internet's not too happy with Sony right now. We all trusted Sony, but Sony went and broke our trust. Yeah, like Sony was actually not that bad compared to the other two, and but then they went and did this. Like the PS3, PS Vita store thing, I'm not mad about, but the other two issues that they recently commented on, announced, yeah, Sony. Mm-mm-mm. I mean, it's possible for them to reverse this decision, but it's possible for them to reverse these decisions, but like, I don't think they're gonna do that. Maybe the physical disc thing, maybe I could see a chance of that being reversed, but the whole thing with the movies, I don't think so because they already said they were gonna like let people keep their movies for like another 30 months, but now that 30 months is up, so I don't know what's gonna happen there. But yeah, Sony did break our trust. But yeah, fuck them, and hopefully they get their acts together. And I hope the other gaming companies get their act together too. Microsoft and Nintendo, I mean. As well as Ubisoft and Rockstar and EA. Sega's fine, in my opinion. But anyway, I think that's it for my rant stream. I don't have anything else to talk about. Yeah, the end, that's pretty much it. Go away now. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I love when the critical drinker says that at the end of his videos. It's like, that's all for today. Go away now. But no, no, I'm just playing. 2 hours. Cool. I'm glad I did this. I wish I had done it yesterday, but then again, it's okay because I feel like that would have just made the stream even longer than it needed to be. So I'm okay with doing the second one. I was perfectly okay with doing the second one tonight. Yeah, that's the end. Nothing else to talk about. We ripped Sony a new one, as well as Microsoft and Nintendo and Rockstar and Ubisoft and EA. Well, barely Ubisoft and EA, but I did mention them. And Disney and Illumination. These companies are just pissing me off. Get it together. Get it together. Fucking get it together. But okay, Maple, you're heading now? Okay, see you later. Bye, and thank you for coming. I'm glad you were able to show up. But yeah, that's it for this rant stream. If nobody else has anything to talk about, I'll just go ahead and end it because I should get going. I mean, I'm on vacation this week, so it's not like I'm in a rush to leave, but I do want to go and do other things right now. You heading now? Okay, see you later, Con Gamer Patrick. All right, well, I guess that's it for now then. Looks like um everyone's ready to leave, so I'll go ahead and end the stream. But yeah, this was really fun. This was fun. I'm glad you all showed up. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm Chuler15. I'll see you bitches next time. So until then, deuces, stay strong and hold on to your physical media and promote it as much as you can. Show these companies that we want physical media. And goodbye.